Good evening, everyone. To be present here at Polish Your Purpose November's Non-Verbal Navigator Bootcamp means you are aware. You are aware that body language is important when we communicate. It's not only the words, but it's how we communicate those words with how we do body movements, makes or breaks the relationships, our ability to convey the message. And today we are going to learn from one of the finest trainers in the field of body language. I, Chintan NP Sheth, invite you all to a journey where we will discover a lot about body language. And for the training, we have a trainer none other than Anika Jain. Now, to introduce Anika Jain, words are not enough. But let me start an attempt to introduce her. She is a seasoned professional who transitioned her successful career from banking to the dynamic field of learning and development. She is a highly skilled personal development coach, a corporate trainer, public speaker, a certified POSH consultant. As a soft skill trainer, Anika has collaborated with many corporates, and to name few, those are Axis Bank, L&T Power, Glenmark Pharma, Alchem Pharma, Adani Foundations, Aditya Birla Retail, Bada Business, and lot many. She is also a co-founder of our company called Polish Your Purpose. So Anika Vyas is going to take us on a journey of discovering the art of body language and it's important in communication. So without further ado, let me welcome on the stage Anika Vyas. Over to you, Anika.
Thank you so much, Chintan. And I hope before I could start, I'll just confirm if I'm audible enough.
Yes, you are audible, visible, and we can see the slides.
Lovely. So because I'm using two devices, so whenever I speak, there may be some different screen which says A, which will be appearing, and I have some technical challenges. That's why I have to use two devices today. So I welcome all the audience here. Being on Saturday evening is a tough task, so I can completely connect and relate that all the people who are present here are quite serious. As you said, Chintan, they are quite, they know the vitality of this subject, that is body language. And we mentioned very lovely, with a very lovely two words, non-verbal navigator. Body language looks a little like underrated word, but when we use a different set of words, it gives a lot of weightage. So I'll give the credit to my colleague Chintan for that. I'll be taking you across a few criteria which makes a powerful speaker. Before that, I would request everybody to be on mute mode. It would be quite helpful for me. Thank you, Ashok, for coming on the mute mode. Quickly, I would like every one of you to give a prefix of your profile, whatever is your profession. Just if you could just quickly prefix that over your name, which is over the Zoom. So whenever you go on your name, there will be there will be an option to prefix the name. If you could just quickly do that, it would help me to understand what profession you are into. And for example, my name is Anika, so I can mention here rename, and I will mention here myself as trainer Anika. Can we do that? Project manager Mohit. Welcome, Mohit. Sanjeev sir is also a trainer, if I'm not wrong. So
you are on the dot.
Yes. Soft skills trainer Kalpana. Lovely Kalpana. Welcome. We have Mr. Ashok here. If you could just rename quickly. Coach, lovely. Coach Jug. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Jug.
Yeah, Jug is Jagdish.
Jagdish. But Jug seems a little more, connected.
Yep. Just
Yes.
like you said about body language, I think Jagdish also has an art of making the name also more attractive.
Ah. Okay, so we have chartered accountant. Lovely. Chartered accountant, Neetal. We have Ravinder. We have leader Chandra, leader. Okay, so I would like to know a little more about it. Leader means.
Yeah, more. So, like, I would say, like, say, I'm engineer by profession, but again, leader by the role which I am currently playing. So
Okay,
that's why
okay,
I chose to keep it as leader. Yeah.
okay. I like this.
Anika, I'm sorry, actually, I'm driving the car, but I'm an
No
IT
problem.
professional,
No
so
problem.
I won't be able to
Thank
replace
you
my
so
name.
much. Thank you so much because you're driving and still listening. That's a challenge in itself. Thank you so much, everyone, because it would be more convenient for me to connect to most of you once I know the profession. Because today I'll be focusing more on the body language of the speakers. When I say speaker, I don't mean here completely who come on the stage and speak. Maybe they are anchors or public speakers, but or trainers. But we can become speakers at any point of our life. Agree? So you may never know you get to anchor any event, your personal or professional event. At that time, you're a speaker, right? You may get to give a presentation in your organization. At the time, you're a speaker. You may somehow need to address a group of people in some wedding or some professional networking event. At that time, also you are a speaker. So we become speakers at any point of time in our lives. So when I say speakers and trainers, I don't only mean particularly of that profession, but yeah, we can become speakers and trainers at any point when we encounter a public speaking. We need to address to public. So what kind of body language will help us become more powerful, more effective, and more heard and more understood? That's what I was talking about. So no worries here. Now, quickly, I would like all of you to go on your chat window and mention what are the challenges generally you people face when you are speaking to people. Like, for example, personally speaking, I face a challenge of eye contact. I'm very weak at that. Being a trainer, I have mastered it somehow, but then sometimes, due to some overwhelming personality, to make an eye contact becomes very challenging to me. So, if I could just, it would be lovely if you could just go in the chat window, and I tend to face, yeah. So, please, that was my problem. You become too conscious. Mohit says he becomes too conscious at times. Okay. So when you say you become too conscious, is there any effect on your body at that present? Just think about it. I don't want you to write, but just think about it. Okay, Kalpana says, I tend to subconsciously judge at times and lose the context. Okay. Judge at times means judge who? People around you. That's what you mean, Kalpana.
Yes,
Okay.
anybody whom I'm speaking to, if it's a different personality or something which I may not appreciate personally, even though I may be like very open and stuff, but our subconscious keeps coming back. So learning to balance that is not an easy task. And yes, that judgment does come in the way of being able to establish a fluent or logical communication at times.
Got you. So I'll just try to answer these questions and help you. Okay, so Chandra says, okay, you talk fast. Yes, that is what happens to me also many times. Used to happen to me also. I have overcome that. Yes, what else? Gracie says, sometimes I face a challenge in pronouncing some words or like fumble sometimes. Okay. Sanjeev says, getting judged by the listener. So there is a fear we may have at times, that we have a fear that, oh, okay, the audience may judge us in some or the other way. Okay. Anybody else who would like to just mention? So yeah, these if somebody else is left, they can always text me, send me on the chat window. Yeah, that is what happens. So what happens is that this is a very common phenomena, that whenever we have to face some people, speak in front of them, or even stand in front of them, we face certain challenges. That challenges may be due to the verbal language we use, due to the non-verbal language we use. But I can vouch on that. If we work towards our non-verbal language, most of the problem with our verbal languages goes away. If I talk about myself, I often get responses from very close people to me that I have a problem with my accent, and sometimes my pronunciation goes wrong. But frankly speaking, people don't realize it, and I'm able to influence them. And most of that happens due to my body language. That is what I believe in, and you can just give me the feedback post this session. So most of our verbal problems, the problems with the content we are using, the problem with the language we are using, gets overlooked with the powerful body language we can present in front of the people we are addressing to. Now, I have picked it from a very famous person. The most spoken language in the world is non-verbal. Do we agree or not? Anybody who will not agree to this fact that the most popular, the most spoken language is non-verbal? For example, if you'll go to a party and there is some people coming and going, and you're just observing the people, even if you're not talking to those people, you're communicating something or the other with those people, right? You enter a hall where you are going to, as a trainer or as a speaker or as a presenter or as a leader, you're entering a hall full of people. There are a lot of people. You may just look around and you may see couple of persons. Some may be staring at you, some may be sitting in some posture, and some may be just looking around, some may be lost in the phone. So you get an idea about the audience. Even if they don't speak, you get a rough idea about your audience. So this is completely a fact that the most spoken language in the world is non-verbal. And the problem with the people around, I have seen people will come to me and say that I want to improve on my communication. Okay. So the other day when I had a session in one of the companies, one person come to me and he said that I need coaching on communication. I asked him, what's your problem? I cannot speak English very fluently. I said, is that your problem, Priya? I asked him that when you got your last promotion, and he said, I got my last promotion 1 year back. And then I again asked him, when did you got your last client closed, the deal closed? Because he was into the business development, and he said, it just happened yesterday. I asked him how good you are at your work. He said, yeah, I get promoted, I get praised, I get incentives. People in my team listen to me. I'm able to bring that team bonding in the people, and people love me around. I'm able to download all the information I want to give. And then I said, then how come can you predict for yourself that your communication is not good? And he said, I don't know English. So that is what the problem in most of the people is, that they predict the communication as being having a good and fluent English. But non-verbal communication plays the more vital role in the language. Any other thoughts on this? So this is from one of the very famous people, body language and tone of voice. When we say tone of voice, not words, are most powerful assessment tools. Mohit, I'll get back to you in just 1 minute. Let me finish with this slide and I'll get back to you. The body language and tone of voice, not words, are most powerful assessment tools. So the other day I was having a session on interpersonal skills, and the one liner which I was able to download on those people very effectively was, that's very important how we connect with the people other than the body language, what we say and how we say. And when we say what we say, we mean the right words we choose, the positive words we choose, and blah, 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 the other verbal aspect of communication. When it comes to non-verbal, there are two aspects, and that is the tone and the body language. So what we say is obviously very important, but how we say covers up the body language and the tone part of it. Sometimes you must have seen there are various cultural barriers which comes when we communicate with the people. I'll give you my example. I hail from Rajasthan. I've been born and brought up there, and I studied there. I worked there for 3-4 years, and I gradually moved to Gujarat. Now the language, the tone which is used in Gujarat is quite sweeter than the tone which is used in Rajasthan. So I was working into a customer service industry, and I observed and I faced a very big problem that customer used to go out there and make a complaint against me to my senior, to my reporting authority, to my boss. And I got a memo from the HR that I'm very rude towards people. And I was just wondering, how come I'm very rude towards people? I'm not. Then I got a feedback that I need to improve on my tone, because whatever I say, it looks and appears and sounds very rude. Though I'm not rude from inside, but then it sounds very rude. And what used to happen, I used to smile and then say. And then people used to feel offensive. You're smiling and being rude. How does that, match? That one way you're smiling and one way you are being very rude. And then I have to really put in a lot of research, hard work, practice to lower down my tone, give it a, sweet tint. That okay, being a little, I have to be a little sweet. So anybody from Rajasthan here who can connect, or maybe from other state who can just connect with all this?
Yeah, people from Haryana can connect with you. Even
Yes,
I'm
yes.
also one of them.
Yes. So yeah, that's true. So that is what happens exactly. Okay. So I guess somebody raised the hand. I forgot.
Mohit bhai
Okay,
raised.
yes, Mohit, you wanted to contribute something? You wanted to share something?
Yeah, thanks, Anika. Since you asked if there was something to add, I was able to recall something I read, which was about small babies who haven't learned the language yet. They can't even speak, but still they are able to, through their body language, convey whether they are hungry, thirsty, or whether they have wet their diapers, and the mother or parents understand. So that's something that came to my mind. I thought I'll share it here. Thank you.
Yes, lovely. And Mohit, you gave me one more aspect to it. I'm a dog mom also. I have a dog. So after a couple of months, he just barks or he just moves his eyes, and I come to know what is his problem, what he needs. He needs some food or water, or he wants to play, or he wants to go out. And that is what is gradually, there is a connect to body language which is gradually generated or developed between two people. So yeah, truly, yeah, you are completely right. I can connect to that. I'm a mom also. My son is 10 years old, and I just got back into the past, and I can recall that just to his expressions, I used to easily come to know that what he needs at that particular moment of time. Thank you, Mohit, for putting a light on it. Okay, so we were at the tone of the language, and I was saying what to say is another aspect altogether, but how to say is important. And when we say how to say something, here comes the aspect of body language and the tone of the words. I want to share a little knowledge here, a little things, practices which helped me. As I kept this, we decided on this boot camp specifically for speakers here. So people, how many people are here who have to continuously speak? Either they are trainers or coaches, or maybe they have to keep on addressing their team often. Okay, so yes, Mohit is there, and I know Kalpana must be, Chandra is there. Yes, yes. So, do you ever face that drain in the energy when you continuously keep speaking, or there is, you feel that you are not able to pronounce the words correctly? Does it happen? No. So, is it only me? So, Kalpana, it happens with you, or maybe Jagdish, you are a coach.
Yes, yes. Anika,
So
It
what
does
certainly.
for me also.
Yes, right. So what
It's
do you
for me also.
right? So as a speakers, what happens is that there is a drain in the energy. So when there is a drain in the energy, it directly reflects on our body languages, our facial expressions, our eye contact, our smile. Okay, altogether the sessions is interrupted because of that. Sometimes we are not able to pronounce the technical or functional names correctly, just because we are drained mentally and physically. So what do you do at that particular moment of time? Do you do something to come out of that, or are there any practices you do uh, when you are not giving your sessions which may help you into that?
Hi, Anika. May I suggest something?
Yeah, please.
Okay, one quick tip is always when you're low on energy is to announce a quick break. It could be a water break or a tea break. That helps even the participants to kind of regain their energy, because some topics can get heavy and both the trainer and the participants feel a little low on energy. So even if it's not a scheduled break, you can take a spontaneous break. That is a good way. And another thing is to announce an activity or an exercise. So what you do is, because you're low on energy, you shift the focus to your audience. Now they'll get to doing some group activity or an exercise. It could be just 10 minutes. So that gives you a breather. You can take a break, you can go out, just simply rinse your face, have a drink of water, come back, and that actually re-energizes you. And the last thing, Anika, I would like to say is, when you do a face-to-face training, actually your energy levels are better, and online surprisingly drains your energy much more. That has been my experience.
So people who love speaking on the stage, when you come on the stage, it works as the energy booster for you, right? So
Yes.
what what was my question is that is what you do at that particular moment. But as the time goes, when you speak a lot, maybe you have 3-4 days you have to speak continuously, your thoughts will, somehow the tone will get changed. So what I was just about to give you a solution, a completely different solution. So okay, let me get back to that solution. So what I started to do is that I started to practice Brahmari ocean meditation. There is a meditation and it's a breathing exercise. So when you do it on a regular basis, it works to build up that tone of voice at a stretch and at a consistent level. So if people want to note it down, because it helped me a lot, and I was assume I have a lot of speakers, most of us are speakers here, would help you into that. Other than that, I started practicing tongue twisters. So what happens when we have to speak something or the other on a stretch? We lose on the pronunciation, we lose on the tone. So these are the two exercises I was just wanted to share with all of you. Yeah, break works when we get drained with the energy. But what happens, what I encountered is that even if we break for a certain time, our energy level never gets to that particular peak where our tone or the voice remains same, as it was at the starting of these sessions. So this was a quick power tip I wanted to share in the middle of the session. I hope it will be helpful. Thank you, Mohit. Thank you for appreciating that. Now, this is a thought by Anika. Anika is a social psychologist. She says body language says a lot about what's really going on in our conversation. So what happens is that when there is some group, there is a conversation going in the group, and we can always assume what is going on. So this is just idea behind that, why we need to work on a body language, even if we are speakers or not speakers. So now, a quick introspection. I would like you to focus on the way you all are sitting right now. Like, what is your body language at present, other than the people who are driving? So what is your body language at present? Maybe somebody is cross-legged, somebody is, maybe it's like this, somebody is like this. I just want you to introspect within yourselves, like in what kind of body language you are right now. And once you introspect, feel the energy you have at present. So as a speaker, me and Chinta are in an alert mode right now. We are smiling, we were moving hands, we have that tone, we have a different energy. Will you agree? Because we are speaking. And what else, will happen if I just sit like this and speak? Or maybe I'll sit like this and speak. So when I sit like this and speak, you will find me what? Casual? Or maybe a little careless?
I might mirror your body language.
You will. Yeah, you will. That's what. So what happens is generally is that, as Sir said rightly, we generally mirror body languages. We mirror it. Unless and until you're driving, because somebody said that person was driving. I'm so sorry, I'm very bad at remembering names. So unless and until you're driving, you'll always mirror the body language. I can see Ashok. He's so curious. I can make out that he's sitting still for so long, and he's very keen to understand what is that is what I could make out from his body language, right? So as Sir rightly said, we always mirror our body language, but there is one more thing which happens when we are not into the perfect body language. There is one more kind of audience which get affected when we are into, either we are into a very positive body language, or maybe we are into, if I'll say, silent, closed body language. There is a kind of audience which gets affected. Can anybody just have that idea or share what kind of audience get affected? Like, if, for example, if I'm addressing a group in a very closed body language, or maybe I'm not actually into that zone altogether, I don't have that vibe, but who is that particular kind of audience which will completely get affected? Any ideas on that? So what happens when we speak, we listen ourselves, we listen to ourselves, right? So the very important person, the very important audience who get affected by the body language is us. So our body language firstly affects ourselves completely. It will affect our thoughts, our feelings, our psychology. So what may audience may think about ourselves, they may mirror us, or we may transfer our energies to them or whatever. But first of all, we need to be into that zone that, yes, we are speakers. We need to address somebody. We need to influence somebody. We need to download some information. We need to have some, instructions to be made understood. So we need to be into completely that zone. So the first audience which gets affected by the body language is us. Agreed? Yes, Ashok, you wanted to share something?
Yeah, if I'm audible, so
Yes, you're audible.
thank you, Miss Anika. So yeah, just wanted to appreciate the same point and wanted to add more. Like as a mentor, I have also conducted a lots of sessions, and whenever I feel ki there is something going improper or there is something going casual very. So the audience is totally a kind of reflection for us. So if I'm saying like people are not understanding properly, their body language is telling that they are somehow in other genre. So it feels like I'm making a kind of mistake or I'm here and there somehow. So then I used to, cover up all those particular part. I used to go to the basic and reach out to the particular point. Okay, so guys, good morning. We are at here. Let's start again. So this particular thing we started. So somehow I have faced the same thing. I had a bit experience on this. So I agree the same. Thanks.
Okay, so do you think that helps? How much that helps? Like, even I used to do that when I had a room full of 75 people, 50 people, and they have come with an idea. Okay, we need to this is a paid holiday because they have been sent by their employers to be on a training for 1 day, 2 day, and they just come with an off mood and they are into their own zone. They are lost. We try our best as speakers or trainers, right? But then what happens is that still I used to just move around, talk to them, bring into them. How much that helps? This is my question to you. Like, how much that helps?
So it helps somehow it is up to like the trainer, the particular coordinator who is conducting the whole session. Like I recently had a session day before yesterday. I just met with a conductor from she's from Kolkata from a company, and she was like not good at very much at like communication, but she has a good confidence on her. So while expressing her things, she was confident. So also the expression was there in her mouth or on her face. So the
Okay.
people who were not even more, interesting, they were, listening her properly. They were getting into her questions. So somehow, if the trainer or if the conductor is asking some kind of questions, he's creating the situation where person at least should think about it at least once, or at least we are engaging a kind of, scenario that is very common for all of us. So hi guys, how's the weather today? Delhi is full of dust. I had lots of cigarette today. So these kinds of things if we can introduce in the session, so somehow people get engagement there. And I do not have experience into 50 to 60 people, but yeah, if the crowd is all about 20 or nearby 20, so yeah, it is up to the audience also. He let them go on the same genre.
Okay. But I'll agree to that. But still, I think as speakers, we need to have that art that even if we don't move them, they should have that. They should mirror our energies. I'll use this word again because as in a combined effort of what our content is, how are we delivering, and what is our body language, that is non-verbal cues. So first the stage goes like this. The first they'll be attentive and they'll find interest and they'll completely get absorbed in the session altogether. So I'll just try to come to that point again in the coming session. So why I was discussing here is not to introspect at present, is that even if we are not speaking, our body language is something which affects altogether our zone at that particular moment. So when we are here to learn, we should, if we are just lazing around, okay, there is a session and let's see what I learned there, and we'll have in certain kind of body language which is non-serious, which will actually affect. That is what the psychologists say, social psychologists say, that our body language is something which affects us as an audience first, and as an audience first it will affect us, and then it will affect the audience who are listening to us. So altogether, unknowingly, in an unconscious mind, our body language affects us at present. That is what was the idea behind to introspect at present. Okay, now it says what your body language is communicating to me. This is just an extension of the earlier slide. What my body language is communicating to you, that's what we have covered. Okay, let's have a close look. I love sports. Somehow I don't follow any particular sports, maybe cricket or maybe football or any other kind of sport, but somehow sports people ki jo energy hoti hai, that attracts me so much and it says so much. So you can see the first picture here and the second picture here, and I don't know who these players are. I'm not sure if anybody of you know them, but first picture can anyways indicate that yeah, he has won. Any other idea you are getting by that first picture? He's celebrating, he has won, right? And what the second picture says, can we write on the chat window what the second picture is a prediction of, like what you could just make out from the second picture? Disappointed. Yeah, I feel the same. Frustrated. Yes. He wants to just throw the bat. Lost. Right. So the first idea behind is that one of the people who said, okay, I get upset. Yes. One of you said, expressed that, you just literally feel that you'll be judged when you're on screen. So on the stage. Sad for the racket. Yeah, he needs a new one. So what happens is, whenever you're on stage, you are addressing people, you need to feel powerful. So how can we feel powerful? Now my question is, I say feel powerful. How will I feel powerful? Any idea on how can we feel powerful? So once you feel powerful, the things like, feeling of getting judged or getting lost by the people's body language will just go away. How can we feel powerful? Anybody who has got that tax just to, feel powerful? We don't need to
Emphasize the word.
command over your content. Yes. So I will just change Kalpana, confidence over the content. I'm sure as a soft skill trainer, there may be times when you work on your content at the last moment, right? Sometimes we don't even get time to just go through our content. Am I right? So at that point, we cannot focus over being, having that command over the content, but we can have the confidence over the content. Can you agree, right? Am I right? Power posing through positive affirmations. Now I'm going to just come to that in the coming slides. I agree to that. Feel powerful. So how can we feel powerful? Command. Okay, I agree. You whatever the content is there, we should have that mindset. Okay, we are going to rock. We are going to rock the show. Yes, Mohit. Mohit, you want to share something? Yes.
Yes, Anika. Yeah, I just wanted to say that one way that I use is to try to shift the focus from myself to the audience. As in, like, I'm here to share something with the audience. I want to educate them on something, and that helps in giving me the power to just be helpful.
Yes. So there is one feeling, okay, I'm here to, as you correctly said, I know what I'm going to share. That is what the Kalpana said, that, okay, we need to have a lot of confidence over our content because that is our, whatever words we are going to use, wo hamare hain. So we need to have that confidence. That makes us feel powerful. And then if I'll say, okay, you are the leader. And when you are the leader, you are here to educate them. You are here to download something to them. That's mean you are into power. So if you feel you are powerful, that means your shoulders are broadened, your power pose automatically comes. And it automatically predicts, people will automatically glued up, people will obviously feel that stage presence or your presence or the place is brightened even if you don't say something, if you don't utter out anything about. As you said, I will just shift. I have a different idea about focusing on the audience here. I'll say, when you are at this stage, we need to focus on ourselves first. We need to enjoy that moment. Because that may happen sometimes, that if we will focus on the audience first, some audience may depress us, because some people just come as a casual, what I'll say, casual mindset. So they may depress us. So it's basically we should focus on ourselves. So what happened, a recent incident I'll tell you about my life was that my son used to dance. He's a very good dancer. But I always felt that he has not got that expression. I explained him that whenever you're on stage, forget people are looking at you. You enjoy that particular moment, dance to fullest. And today was his annual day and I saw him enjoying and he was smiling. Everybody was serious and he was the only one who was smiling. So, focusing on ourselves first and then focusing on the audience. I'll not say stop focusing on the audience, but focus on yourself first, then focus on the audience. And when you focus on yourself first, you feel powerful. Okay, I'm here. So automatically when you feel powerful, your body language changes, your appearance changes, your face changes, your expression changes, your eyes changes. Eye says a lot. Your smile changes and you feel powerful. And as we say, people mirror ourselves. So when we feel powerful, there isn't a delusion. Okay, there is some powerful person here he's going to address, and they automatically become a little attentive. So that is what I wanted to explain here. Now, another point of being powerful is that there are two kinds of body language: open and closed. You'll see here, there is, if anybody knows this lady, she is Amy, and she's the social psychologist and very famous TED speaker. She has appeared in TED speeches multiple times, and she's quite well-known author also. So she has that open arms, right? Second person, I guess every one of us know.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, Steve Jobs. Whenever you see him, he has that open body language. So when the body language is open, as I said, our body language affects us more first, then they affect the other people. So when we have an open body language, it affects our psychology and we get that feeling of being powerful. And then the audience, it automatically gets a feeling, okay, the power is here. The stage brightens up. So have an open body language here. I just want to conclude. So in this another picture, you can see that lady. Who's that lady? Yes, one of the finest speakers. So she has this odd language of like this. We know she is very influencing, but still, when we see her into this first picture, we feel like, what has happened to her? We get that mixed vibes. So why mixed vibe is that? The positive vibes comes to us because she's Oprah, and that closed vibes comes to us because of her body language. And that particular person winning pose. So open body language helps a lot. Now here you can see in this next picture that Oprah has got open body language. But I've seen many speakers and trainers. I conduct train the trainer programs also. So what happens when we do certain demos and all, we trainers, speakers, they just have this closed language, or they'll just fold their hands and put it down, or they'll just put it here. Okay, so that affects a lot into a feeling of being powerful. So do I have some Toastmasters friends? So they must be knowing him, I'm sure. Chintan is smiling. So yes, this is one of the kind of body language. So it's up or down. So open body language. Any thoughts here? Anybody want to share? Okay, let's move. Who is she?
The Gal Gadot.
Pardon?
The Hollywood actress.
Okay, so what she's portraying?
Supergirl, Superwoman or something.
I guess Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman.
So what happens is that I'll tell you what I do, how I pose when I really want people to take me seriously. Because as I said, sometimes as a speaker or as a trainer or coach, when you have people to address, specifically in corporates, what happens is that they will never be serious. Sometimes, they are like that. So what I do is that if I could stand here, I'll see. I just go and stand there like this. I don't know if people can see me. Okay. What I'll do, I'll just go and stand like that. And trust me, what happens is that people who are actually not serious, or are, even if they're sitting there and are not focusing, they'll start focusing. So this is a power pose. It may seem odd sometimes, I understand, but it works. For a few minutes, I'll just go there and stand like this and just roam around, and I'll just see, look at them with a very polite, humble smile. I get charged up. Trust me, I get charged up. And they'll just come and be seated and take me seriously. So you can try this body language in your own way, but then it works. You may little have to work on a little on your posture also while having this pose. So this is one of the power poses. Body language in itself is a very big subject. We'll be try to pick out certain points and tips and tricks here. Now what happens is that after I stand in pose, everybody is gathered, everybody is seated. I feel powerful. Okay, and then what happens is that I have that seamless session. I'm just flying throughout the session. And when I say I'm flying throughout the session, I have that very easy body language. When I'm showing you this picture, I'm in a very easy body language. I'm just talking to people, moving around the stage, moving around the hall. You have to reach out to people sometimes to, so that they should come into your circle, your vibes, the circle where your vibe reaches. People sitting at the back. So sometimes it is possible, sometimes it's not possible. But when it is possible, go out, reach to them. And that is how, this is what I exactly do. Not exactly like flying, but then, the session has to be a seamless, easy body language, open and easy body language. So that is how it works. And at the end, this is what happens. This was just a fun element. In the end, the closure goes like this. Okay, the task is over and I need to be taken seriously, and that is what exactly happens. I don't know how much I'm able to communicate there, but this is how we need to behave to feel powerful. And when we feel powerful, people take us seriously. Any thoughts here? Okay. Eye contact. How many of you find eye contact very difficult, including me? Eye contact are my biggest challenge. Anybody here who is a little uncomfortable with the eye contact? Sometimes. Okay, Chandra says sometimes. Kalpana. Okay, Kalpana. Yes, Mohit. Mohit also says, what do we do in that case? Eye contact are the very integral part of wonderful body language. And they say when you speak, sometimes you need to make sure that people are looking at you. That is what this slide says. He waits till Jack's eyes look at his eyes. This means Jack is ready for listening. So what do we do?
Yeah,
is there any solution? What you do? Yes.
Yeah, it's a gesture like where people are open for communication. So, and then we can start establishing the contact, and that's a sign where like they are ready to take like what we are going to deliver. So that is one gesture. It also like say welcomes the speaker like who is already trying to communicate, and that is one of the gesture of trying to have that they are ready for
Yeah,
consuming.
that's right. But what should we do if we find looking in the eyes a little challenging, a little difficult? Like people like me, I'm completely uncomfortable when looking in the eyes is a very integral part of a good and open body language. You cannot look here and there and talk to people or address people. Yes, Mohit.
I learned one trick which at least worked for me. So I used to be very uncomfortable looking people in the eye, and I read that when you're out on a walk or in the bus or wherever where there are other people around, try to make an eye contact with those strangers and try to hold on to that for say 5 seconds, and doing that over and over. And of course, you need to see where you want to break the eye contact. Otherwise, people might start thinking you are
Yeah.
into some ulterior motives. But yeah, at least that worked for me over time. That reduced my problem, and now I think I'm much better at it.
Okay. Any other thoughts? So nothing. Please don't take it into the other way. But people who have
Can
got
I can I add one more
yes,
point,
yes, please, please.
Anika? Yeah,
Yes,
I think earlier I could not convey this one. So like one thing as when I say sometimes also, right? See, it depends on the audience. Like say sometimes like it will be welcoming to look into the eyes, and then we will be comfortable as a speaker. Sometimes like what happens when people are not convenient, like or like say when you are not convenient as a speaker, then it's okay to like even I see a message from Chintan like who even oftentimes like we can try to focus like only on a certain forehead part, which will also tend to appear as if we are seeing in their eyes, but again it will try to keep our momentum will not be disturbed, our flow is not disturbed. that
yes,
that, that often like even I do that. Yeah.
yes, yes, Kalpana.
Okay, I wanted to share an interesting experience, and I till date struggle with it. So every morning or evening when I go on a walk, I come across people in the vicinity around the area, and I do a namaste or a good morning to people. I don't know them, they don't know me, but I get those looks at times because I would look into their eyes and just say namaste or good morning, but then people would look at me with question mark, especially if husband and wife are walking together. They either look at each other or they look at me with a question mark. And you can easily say that 50% of them just pass by without greeting. No offense, but and I'm not hurt in that sense, but that is something which I'm till date like experiencing as a challenge as to how to overcome it, because it's a good gesture that we should practice. That's all.
Okay. Yes, Chintan, you wanted to share something.
Sure. So I have a rule which I learned from my mentor. So whenever you go on a stage, the first thing you do is practice a 4-minute silence with a smile. So when you do 4 seconds of silence, it sometimes feel eternity, but in those 4 seconds you get the attention of everyone sitting in the room. And when you make an eye contact, they also, as you said, if they are busy in their mobile or Apple or WhatsApp or Insta, all eyes turn to you and you get the energy which you want. And second point, very quick note I want to make, as we are now speaking most of the times on Zoom, what I advise to my mentees and clients is to look at the camera, but it most of the times become so painful and tedious. So I suggest them to stick a smiley or the photograph of their family members, which brings a smile and gives the warmth across the camera medium. And the person opposite sitting would feel that they are directly talking with a smile and the warmth. So these two things had worked wonders for me and for the mentees which I teach or guide them. Yeah.
Lovely. So I guess most of my work is done. And adding to this, what I do is that depends on either of these suggestions you have given. I do that. And other than that, I just to and fro. Like if you make an eye contact and just pretend, okay, you are focusing, you are thinking, or maybe, you are agreeing to that at some point of time. So that is how I just stay focused that what they are saying, but then I nod at and then I just pretend, okay, I'm thinking something. Okay, and that is how it works, because you cannot stare at somebody's eyes for long, but eye contact is an important part, because that makes the person in front of us feel that okay, we are taking them seriously. It's a integral part of listening also, not only speaking, but it's an integral part of speaking also. And in online sessions it's quite comfortable, I'll say, but when we are talking to people offline, it becomes a little challenging. and difficult. Even in the group sessions, or if we are addressing the group, what happens is that if somebody is talking to us on some point, we have to look at them. We don't know that person sometimes. Many times, not sometimes, many times we don't know that person, but still we have to make an eye contact for that positive, positive feel which we need to give to them. So yes, that is challenging. So we have a lot of ideas, and to sum up, practice is everything. So people who are uncomfortable, I do the same. I used to do the same. I used to deliberately make some eye contacts to the vegetable wala, or to some cab driver, and sometimes my colleagues and stuff like that. And then I used to feel comfortable in making the eye contact. Yes, Mohit, you want to add on something?
Yeah, it's a wonderful discussion. I can't stop myself from sharing 2 points. One is the intent, right? So when you make an eye contact, try to make an eye contact with the point of view of understanding what the audience's members' eyes are trying to convey. So the eyes convey a lot. If they are like fully open, that's showing interest. If it's like shutting down, that means that they are not able to grasp anymore, and probably it's time to close down with all the points that I've already made, rather than add another 10 points. So read it with the intention of understanding what it is trying to convey, and that might help you in nudging you to keep a focus on that eye contact. The second, and on a lighter note, one trick that at least worked for me was that when we are saying we are not able to make eye contact, it's typically because we are uncomfortable in front of an audience. So my mentor told me, okay, how about making the audience uncomfortable? Look at them in the eye and try to make them uncomfortable, and you will feel more powerful that way. It did work.
Yes. So it is a matter of power dynamics, which we talk about, comes into picture when we are speaking also. So when you are powerful, you need to feel powerful, and that works. Being powerful in balancing that power energy. You cannot be like, okay, I am only going to speak and this is one way, not that way, but yeah, balancing that power, but being more powerful. Yes, Nishant.
What has helped me out is that whenever I go to speak into public occasions, in the initial few minutes, I tend to speak on topics which are much more common. Like, for example, if I want to talk with this group, which is in the meeting, I would probably ask out where they belong, and then try to associate myself with them. Like a couple of days ago, I had a talk with Mr. Chintan as well, or on WhatsApp and call. So we had a few similarities. So what I tend to do is I tend to find commonalities. Like, okay, if I'm not comfortable with eye contact, I'll try to find commonalities with the group or individual. As soon as I find myself comfortable with those commonalities, then I go on to have some confidence built in myself, which helps me out in discussing the points which I'm up for at that point of moment.
Yes, so if I sum up, we need to learn how to break the ice, which is very important. So once we break the ice or we melt the ice, eye contact becomes comfortable with us. So it's easy to have that particular eye contact. Lovely, lovely. Thank you for this. So a lot of insights here and lots of tricks on making the eye contact. Let's move on to the another part, a little idea for having a open and a powerful body language while we are addressing a group of people. Even if we are not trainers or speakers, be the lighthouse. And I'm sure most of us who are speakers here know about this concept altogether. When we are speaking or addressing a group of people, we need to behave like lighthouses. So when I say lighthouses, for example, if you are standing in a group and we are addressing 5 people, so all 5 should feel that we are talking to them. So this is what the lighthouse effect means for the speakers. So we'll look at everybody. Our body language should be in a way that everybody feels that they are attending. We are addressing to everybody. So even if there is a stage and there are a lot of people in the auditorium, or they are sitting around, you need to move around the stage. If not stand, lighthouse stands at a single place, but then you have to behave like a light which is spreading, the light which is focused on everybody. That's the idea of being the lighthouse. That also is a very important part of a powerful body language when you are addressing group of people. Okay, now there is one more thing which is very difficult. People don't smile. It's really sometimes. I was talking to one trainer the other day, and I was asking him, why don't you smile? He says, topic ही ऐसा है, इसमें क्या smile करना? Okay, so it is very difficult for people to smile sometimes. I can see many people smiling here, so maybe it's not for everybody, but smiling gives you another power. When I was saying that we need to feel, when we feel powerful, we need to have open body language, and be having an open body language. For that, we need to look at our hand gestures. We need to behave like a lighthouse. We need to have that eye contact, and we need to smile. That's very important. There is one, I'll just like to recite 2-3 lines of a poem which I love, and whenever I talk about smile, I recite this poem, and it will help you a lot if you'll keep that in mind. Smiling is infectious. Smiling is infectious. You catch it like a flu. So how we catch a flu? When somebody is around, we catch the flu. Smiling is infectious. You catch it like a flu. When someone started smiling at me today, I started smiling too. So when we want that energy transfer from us to our audience, this is one of the ways. Now the question which is more challenging is that how much to smile and how to smile. For some people, it is very difficult to smile. They will be like this. So your audience will be also like this, I'm sure. Most of the audience, if not all, most of the audience will be also like that. But we need to learn to smile. So how we will learn to smile? We need to enjoy that particular moment. We need to enjoy the process, and that is how we will smile. And now, how much to smile? That is also a question. We cannot just keep this grin open. Just to people may there is some serious topic we are talking about, and that we are just spreading our 32 teeth. That is also, so you need to find out and smile quite often. If I say, even if we are not smiling, our eyes smile, right? When our eyes smile, it predicts that okay, we are enjoying the process. We are happy at that particular moment. We are present in the moment when our eyes smile. So even if you're not smiling by your lips, you need to smile by your eyes. And that happens when we enjoy the process altogether. We are present in that moment. We are loving that environment altogether. And as a profession, we need to do that. And that is how we will spread that smile, which is infectious. And I hope everybody will agree to it. Anybody here who finds smiling very difficult? Person like me had the another challenge. I used to smile all the time, and when there was some serious concern, when I need to shut up my mouth, not to smile or be a little serious about the concern, it was challenge for me. So anybody who finds smiling difficult, or the other way around?
Yeah, it's me. I find very difficult, but I think some people have the smiling face by birth. I'm not one of them. I got the serious face.
Not exactly. Your smile is amazing.
Not now.
Yeah, so smiling is a very integral part of body language. And when we say, as Chintan said, that when we are working online, hybrid mode, we need to address online. I think even if you don't have an eye contact, you smile, there is an instant connect. People would like to listen to you. So that's very important. So any other thoughts anybody would like to share here? And that's it. That is how we wind up our session. So body language, we have workshops starting from 1 day to 3-day workshops for body language. I just tried to cover the major parts, which was very comfortable online to share, because when we are on online, body language becomes a little challenging. But yes, I would, before we wind up, I would like to thank my team. That is, Chintan is there. We have Shrisha, who looks after our content, is here, who is part of our team. And we have our social media person who has recently joined. That is Gracie. So our four team members, thank you for your support for all the things we are doing as into Polish Your Purpose. Now, anybody who has got any questions or would like to share anything?
Thank you so much, Anika. It was a wonderful session and I thoroughly enjoyed this session. We'll take just 2 minutes from all of you. We would love to take feedback from all of you. And just to sum up, if you are new to this group, we are a startup, a leadership and communication studio, which is helping individuals and corporates to amplify their voice and potential. We conduct every month a free boot camp like this. Last month we had one on storytelling where I was a trainer and Anika was a host, and today we just reversed the roles. Next month we will be bringing someone famous, someone more profound in their field as a keynote speaker on the topic we would pick on and around communication and leadership. And we will keep continuing this monthly free bootcamp series because, as the name of our company suggests, we are here for a purpose. Although we are here for profits, but here for a purpose as well. So we are spreading the knowledge and the wisdom which we are getting, and we believe that you enjoy the sessions which we are conducting. We have a WhatsApp group where we keep sharing the resources of communication and leadership. You feel free to join and spread the word about our company if you feel and if you believe that what we are doing is right. And we are open to the feedback, and then we will have a conclusion as Anika mentioned. So any feedback for the session today and what we can do better in the next month bootcamp? Anyone? Yeah, Mohit.
Such a wonderful session. Thank you, Anika, Chintan, and your entire team for putting this together. It had all the elements of a great session. Was You shared some personal stories and experiences to convey the points. Was very engaging, and almost everybody participated. And you basically lived up to what you were teaching. So all the body language techniques that you taught us, you were actually demonstrating us through the way you were conducting this session. So you might be just starting up as a company, and I have to say that you are off to a great start. Best wishes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you
Means a
so much,
lot.
Mohit.
Means a lot.
Thank you so much. And we just started the company as we came together, but individually we had been the coach and we had been mentoring. But yeah, your wish and your feedback means a lot to us. Yeah, Kalpana, anything from your end?
Yes, a big thank you to all of you. This was the first time I'm here and very glad to be part of it. So thank you to the group that Mohit had and then Chintan for sharing the details. Anika, it was more like a train the trainer. Really, I mean, there are perspectives that perhaps I may not have looked at, and you brought that up. So very glad I attended. All the best.
Thank you so much, Kalpana. It means a lot.
Thank
From
you
a
so
fellow
much,
colleague.
Kalpana.
You are a colleague, obviously. Thank you so much.
And you being a soft skill trainer, the words even mean more
Means a lot.
for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
Thank you. I am just beginning. I may be more experienced in terms of other things, but still, wherever I am starting up, I'm still new, and I really look up to you guys to learn
Sure.
new things. Thank you.
Stay in touch, Kalpana.
And that's a philosophy we have, and that's where this whole concept of polish your purpose came to the inception, or that was the genesis, that we all are learning and growing together, and we wanted a space where we get everything in terms of resources, discussions. As Jagdish mentioned when we started, that we as a coach and a trainer can exchange the notes and the ideas. So it's a place where the trainers, coaches, aspiring communicators will come together for a meaningful impact. Yeah, Ashok, you wanted to share something.
Yeah, thank you, Chintan sir. So first thing, thanks everyone for having me here, especially the group from where I got the chance to meet all of you here, the Toastmasters one, and also the year committee one. So it was not all about the theoretical, of course, the practical one because of Anika ma'am. So I was gathering all those information not only by seeing the presentation, but also through all those expressions, all those hand gestures, the things I carried out today, like all starting from the hand gestures, body language, a bit casuality or professionalism, all those things, all was great for me. I have made some of the notes as well. I'll take it further to share it with someone else, so could continue the thing. And special thanks to everyone with the whosoever the presentation team was there. And it was my first meeting, I guess, with everyone here, and it was a lovely session for me. So thank you.
For sure.
Thank you so
Looking
much.
forward
Yeah,
in
so
more other sessions too. Thank you so
yeah,
much.
we have a team, but for the presentation, entire credit goes to Anika. We didn't see the slide. She wanted us to get surprised, and we were surprised with the excellent presentation she has made. And yeah, Ravinder, you want to share something, and then we will wind up and have
Yeah.
amazing dinner together in our
Oh,
separate houses.
yeah, I have with me. I was just waiting to forget. Okay, anyways, thanks Chintan, Hanika and the team. It was wonderful session. And even it was very interactive session. I was driving the car and I was couldn't take away myself away for even a single minute. And when Anika mentioned about the posture, I just checked myself while driving the car. I'm in the correct posture, listening or not. So it was wonderful, really very learning session as well. So I fully enjoyed while driving or after reaching at home also. I couldn't break the connection and I joined you people. So
Thank you
more power to you
a
people,
lot.
you
Means a
people
lot.
for more energy and best of luck for your new venture.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much, Ravinder, for your trust and the words which you shared. It means a lot. But the next time when you drive, don't attend the body language session because Anika might give you the practical things and we won't be able to justify when we will be called by the police. So, but thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. And we have Elios with us. Elios, we are just completing the session, but we love that you joined today. And we will be recording the session. We have already recorded the session. I'll share the YouTube link. And thanks a lot, brother, for you to come here. Chandra, any closing remarks from you? I think you are only one left apart from the other audience members and our team who's here.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Chintan. I'm happy to be part of this session. And firstly, all the best for your startup, Chintan. I know that, let's say, you are always determined to share your experiences with others. And today, like Anika, I'm able to relate to you in two incidents. Like, say, one is when people say, like, you are not, courteous for the customers, right? Like, say, same way, like, sometimes, like, though we are not intentionally not unpleasant, we appear to be unpleasant, right? Like, so that is one thing. It also happened with me some time back, and then even I am able to practice meditation and I am able to control those senses, and that is one way, like, where my body language came to very good in control. And pretty much this session is very essential, and I think we need to practice to become a better speakers. Thanks for arranging this boot camp. That's what I would like to conclude my speech. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chandra. And the last announcement from us that from December, we are launching our another product that we are starting the public speaking and the creative writing aspect into kids. So we just don't want to focus on the professionals or the adults, but what we came to understand the root cause of people not being able to convey their message with confidence and they could not resonate. It's because the roots were in the childhood. And we wanted to tap that audience or the target audience or the market. And we are opening up from Christmas the sessions online and offline for the kids category as well. And I again thank each and every one of you for being here. I wanted to thank the entire team of Polish Your Purpose and especially thanks Anika for that wonderful presentation. And I wish all the very best. Keep speaking and keep having an amazing body language. Over to you and have a great night. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good night.